Hey everyone, welcome back to the Byte Sized Podcast. This is episode 5. I'm Chakit, your host. And today's guest is someone I know a little too well. And yes, before anyone asks, it's me again on the other side of the table. Today we are talking about something that sounds like it belongs in a sci fi movie. Anthropic just released its Mythos class AI. And the crazy part is, this isn't just another chatbot update. This is one of those moments where you look at AI and think, okay, this thing is getting seriously powerful.
Yeah, and what makes this interesting is not just that the model is smarter, it's the kind of smarter it is. Most people think AI is improving like phones improve, better camera, better battery, faster processor. But Mythos feels more like the AI is getting better at handling complex work, longer tasks, more serious reasoning, more professional use cases. And that's a very different kind of upgrade.
Okay, but explain this. Like, I'm not an AI person because when people hear names like Mythos, Fable, Cloud, Opus, it starts sounding like a Marvel universe. What actually happened?
Fair. So basically, Anthropic had this extremely powerful model class called Mythos. And earlier, it was not released openly to everyone because the model was considered very powerful in sensitive areas, especially around cybersecurity. So instead of just throwing it out publicly, Anthropic kept it restricted. They tested it, they gave access to limited, trusted groups. And now they've released a public version from that Mythos class family, but with stronger safety restrictions.
So this is not like, here's a fun new AI that writes better emails. This is more like, we built something powerful enough that we had to be careful before releasing it.
Exactly. And that's the part normal users should understand.
The story is not just AI got smarter. The real story is AI is now powerful enough that companies are thinking carefully about how much of it should be released, who gets access, and what safeguards need to exist. That's a huge shift.
Okay, so let's make this practical. If I'm a normal person, I'm not a hacker, I'm not a developer, I don't work in AI, why should I care about Mythos?
You should care. Because models like this show where AI is going. Today, most people use AI like a better Google. You ask a question, you get an answer. Maybe you write an email, maybe you summarize a PDF. But the future of AI is not just answering questions. The future is AI doing complex work, planning, researching, checking its own work, writing code, analyzing documents, helping companies make decisions, and eventually acting more like a capable assistant than a simple chatbot.
So basically, ChatGPT today feels like texting someone smart.
But Mythos, class models are moving toward giving work to someone smart.
That's actually a perfect way to put it. Less like asking, what is this? More like saying, here's the goal, help me get there. And that changes everything. Because when AI moves from answering to executing, the value becomes much bigger. But the risk also becomes bigger.
Wait, explain that risk part, because this is where people either overreact or completely ignore the problem. What's the balanced way to understand it?
The balanced view is simple. A powerful AI is like a very skilled employee. If that employee is helping you write a business plan, great. If that employee is helping doctors understand medical research, great. If that employee is helping engineers find bugs, great. But if the same level of ability is used badly, it can also help people do harmful things faster. So the question becomes, how do you release powerful AI in a way that helps society without giving everyone unlimited access to the most dangerous capabilities?
And that's why Anthropic didn't just release the strongest version to everyone.
Exactly. They're basically saying we can make extremely capable AI, but release has to be controlled.
And honestly, that might become the new normal. Not every future AI model will simply be available to everyone on day one. Some versions may be public, some may be enterprise only, some may be restricted to trusted organizations, and some capabilities may be blocked completely.
That's interesting, because until now, most people assumed AI companies were racing to release everything. Like, here's the new model, everyone use it. But now it feels like we're entering a more serious phase.
100%. The first phase of AI was excitement. Look what this can write. Look what this can draw.
Look what this can code. The next phase is responsibility. Who should access this? What should it refuse? How do we measure risk? How do we stop misuse? And how do we still make it useful? That's the real challenge. Okay, but from a user perspective, does this mean AI is going to become more locked down, like more boring? Not necessarily. It means AI will become more layered. For normal users, the AI may feel safer, cleaner, and more useful. For businesses, there may be more advanced tools. For governments and security teams, there may be special access. And for dangerous areas, there may be hard restrictions. So instead of one AI for everyone, we might get different levels of AI depending on use case, trust, and risk. That actually makes sense, like how not everyone can access every financial system, or every medical tool, or every cybersecurity system. Exactly. And that's why Mythos is important. It shows that AI is moving from consumer tech into infrastructure. It's not just an app anymore. It's becoming something companies, governments, and entire industries may depend on. That sounds massive, but also slightly scary. Because if AI becomes infrastructure, then whoever controls the AI becomes very powerful. That's the big question. Who controls access? Who decides what's safe? Who decides what the model is allowed to know? Who gets the most powerful version? And who gets the limited version? These questions are going to become more important than people realize. So Mythos is not just a model release. It's a preview of the politics of AI. Yes, and also the economics of AI, because these models are not cheap to run. The more powerful they get, the more expensive they become. So companies will have to decide, when do we use the most powerful model? When do we use a smaller, cheaper model? When does AI actually save money, and when does it become too expensive? That connects perfectly to what we discussed in episode 3. AI is not automatically cheaper. It depends on the task. Exactly. And Mythos class models make that even more obvious. You don't use a Formula 1 car to go buy milk. You use it when performance actually matters. That's how companies will start thinking about AI. Use the powerful models for complex work. Use smaller models for routine tasks. And build systems that know the difference. I love that example. So, for a normal person watching this, what should they take away from Mythos? One simple takeaway. The simple takeaway is this: AI is moving from casual help to serious work. It's no longer just helping you write captions, it's becoming capable of doing the kind of work that companies, engineers, analysts, and security teams care about. And because of that, the conversation around AI is going to change from what can it do to what should it be allowed to do. That's the line. What can it do versus what should it be allowed to do? And honestly, that might be the biggest AI question of the next few years. Because capability is moving very fast. But society, laws, businesses, and normal people need time to catch up. And I think that's what makes this episode important. Because Mythos sounds technical, but the bigger idea is very simple. AI is becoming powerful if UNF that release itself is now a decision, not just a launch event. Exactly. And that's why this release matters. Not because everyone will use Mythos tomorrow, but because it shows where AI is heading. More capable, more restricted, more expensive, more useful, and more important, all at the same time. So basically, the future of AI is not just smarter chatbots, it's powerful systems with rules around them. Exactly. And the people who understand that early will understand the next phase of AI much better. That's episode 5 of the Byte Sized Podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation, like, share, subscribe, and follow. New episodes every Wednesday. And tell us in the comments, should powerful AI models be available to everyone, or should access be controlled? And if there's a topic you want us to break down next, drop it below. I'll see you in episode 6.